Hey, good afternoon. We're going to take a few minutes to look at the Module 2 Descriptive Statistics Journal Entry. I'm going to share my screen and start off by going into the SPSS data set known as survey.save. Pardon me and be patient. Zoom is not necessarily my preferential meeting recording, so I'm still learning to navigate around it. Anyhow, in survey.save, there we go. We're looking at a survey in SPSS data. And there are two different views, data view or variable view. In data view, we can kind of see information that was inputted into the survey. And then we're going to go into variable view. And this is just an easier way to look at all the different categories that were measured. And we're going to come down here to this top 10, which is total optimism, and kind of look across. It was a numeric entry with a width of 8. There are no decimal places. You'll see the label is total optimism. It's 10 columns and most importantly, a scale measurement. So then we're going to go over to data view and we can scroll through all of these different measurement categories. And we're looking for that top 10 or total optimism, which I've highlighted here. And then we will go into analyze descriptive statistics. We're going to look at frequencies. I had pre-selected total optimism right here as the variable. So going to statistics, we can choose what we want to see within our data points. So I have selected mean, median, mode, sum, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, skewness, and kurtosis. And this gives us a ton of information about this data set. So we're going to hit continue and then go on to OK and take a look at what we have. Our total N is 435 individuals, and there are 4 missing data sets. That might offer a little bit of skewness with your statistics, but we're going to overlook that at this point. You can see our mean is 22.12 and our median is 22 and our mode is 24, which is going to indicate a slight bit of skewedness and kurtosis. Our minimum was 7 and our maximum was 30. And our sum was 96.21. So if we come down here and look, these are valid entries. You'll see they run 7 through 30. This is the frequency or number of times they occurred. This is the percentage of total occurrence, your valid percent, and then your cumulative percent, which builds on the one before and comes down to a total of 100%. So now that we've got this data to work with, we want to go into graphs and chart builder. And then we're going to hit OK. And then we're going to set up what we're looking to build. So we want to build a histogram. So we're going to drag that right here. And see, as you can see, I initially put the wrong graph in there. I chose a bar graph and we want a histogram. So I'll just slide this over. Easy enough. Now we need to go through and replace. So our y-axis is going to be our count. And we want our x-axis to be the top 10, our total optimism. So we're going to just drag that into our x-axis. I'm going to go ahead and display the normal curve. And we could go through and relabel the title right there. We could come through here and change colors. You can change your chart size. And then you can go through basic elements of how you want to adjust axes and that sort of thing. Titles, what you want to add, but we're just going to come through and we're going to hit OK. And so then this shows us our graph, and we can see the normal curve over our graph. And as our kurtosis and our skewness indicated earlier, there is a little bit off. You'll also see that there's nothing past 30. As far as the total optimism, and up here are our mean, our standard deviation, and our N. So the next thing we want to do is go back to graphs and chart builder. And this time we're going to look for within a box plot, we can look for a stem and leaf. And we're going to drag his up here. And as you could see, again, you could label axes. There's all different types depending on how you want to represent your data and what you're doing. But we're going to click out of this for just a minute. And we're going to go to analyze. Because what I just talked about was a box plot, and we actually need a stem and leaf. So we're going to go to analyze, and then we're going to get descriptive, and then we're going to hit explore. And this is where we can build our stem and leaf. So we're going to come through here and we're going to look for what we want to add is our variables. So again, we're looking for our total optimism. We're going to make that our dependent variable. We're going to come into statistics. So we're okay there. You'll see our confidence interval is 95%. And we select plots, and we've got stem and leaf right here. So we're going to go through our other choices and see if there's anything we need to add. And then we are going to hit OK. And so here's our case processing summary, which is kind of cool. It shows our N of 435. We remember originally it was 439. However, we had 4 missing. So we've got 99.1% valid input with the 4 missing cases. We're back to our descriptives when we show our standard error. With a 95% confidence interval, we've got our lower and upper bounds with a 5% trim to mean. And then, whereas we had a histogram earlier, now we've got our stem and leaf. And so basically the same sort of thing. It's just a way to represent the data differently. Is going to be with numbers here. And we're going to